so I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Lighting is very important, and if you are into filmmaking or videography or whatever, you need to understand lighting and learn lighting. So in this shot here, as you can see, it's flickering because the fireplace is my motivated lighting right now. So if you look at this shot, this is what the shot looks like without any lights, and it's just the fireplace. And as you can see, it's pretty dark. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my key light. This is the TL60W over here, and I have it set to the fire effects preset. And what I did was I flagged it off because the light was spilling onto the fireplace, and I didn't want this light hitting the fireplace, so I flagged it off. And as you can see, I'm shooting on the darker side, and there's my cat. If you're going to get in the video, you got to say something. But this is me shooting, so I'm still keeping that same rule. I'm kind of shooting on the darker side of the face. The camera's on this side, the key light's on that side, so keep that in mind. And the last light that I added was I bounced my other TL60W at daylight balance. I have it at 56 Kelvin, and I add that light to simulate that moonlight. Now in real life it wouldn't look like that, obviously, but a lot of times what we do is we add a blue light in the background to push that orange and teal look. So my skin tones are in that orange red range, and then the complementary colors is that bluish teal look in the background. So now I have color contrast. So that's how you get that cinematic look. You would want color contrast in your shots, not just light contrast, but also color contrast to separate you from the background. So the blue light is separating me from the background, and that's simulating moonlight coming from the actual window. All right, so in this shot, I am using my kitchen windows as my motivated lighting, and I am faking natural light. Now at first I like how it was looking with just the sun peeping through by itself, but the sun was in and out of the cloud, so I was losing that slash of light on her knees, and it was very distracting because the light was more focused on her legs and not on her actual face. So what I did is I got a trash bag and I blocked off half the window where the sun was coming from with that slash of light, and I just added my Amaran 200D outside shining through the window to give it more of the slash in the background to add texture in the cabinets. And it actually worked out in my favor because it was actually adding a hot spot on her face too, to put more light on her face, so your eyes are automatically drawn to her face because we're drawn to the brightest part of the image, and I wanted her face to be pretty bright. So the last light that I added was a backlight on her shoulder. It was that I had the Godox TL60W, and I just boomed it behind her to add more light on her shoulders and on the back of her, just give her more of a rim light to help with that separation on the background. So that's pretty much the whole shot, and it turned out pretty good. It's really simple. These really simple lighting setups can go a long way, and lighting does not have to be super complicated if you just understand the basics of where natural light, how natural light works and where light comes from. So that's pretty much it for this lighting setup. So if you hear a toddler in the background, that is my 2-year-old acting crazy, and I am filming around my house because I am tired of being in my studio, office, man cave, whatever you want to call it. But the last shot that I want to talk about is this shot right here. I am really proud of this shot. I love this shot, and I didn't use any lights in this shot, honestly. I just exposed for the windows. What I did was I wanted an f2 aperture, so I used my ND filters and I shot at ND5. So this is a prime example of using ND filters indoors. So I wanted to expose for the outside, and at first I was playing with light, so I bounced my Amaran 200D off the ceiling to expose for inside the room. But for the music video, it just seemed like a better choice to turn the lights off and go with a more silhouette look, and that was to me, I think that was the right call. But all I did was literally just expose for outside in the windows, and when we move closer, the next shot, the second shot in this scene, is I got closer and I used the window as my key light, and then I added a rim light I use the Godox TL60 as my rim light to just add light on her shoulders and on the back of her head and stuff. But that's really it. I use one light in the second shot and no lights in the first shot. Oh, even in this talking head right here, I'm not using lights. I have this window open and it's adding somewhat of a kicker on this side of my face, and I have the big 3 windows in the shot on this side of the room, and it's just adding natural light. So even when you're like doing talking heads like this, if you have windows in your house, use them to your advantage. And it just so happened to be an overcast day today, and the lighting outside is perfect. So yeah, lighting is everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If this lighting setup was helpful, if you like this lighting setup, try it out. Let me know how it worked for you. And yeah, like and subscribe. We are gaining subscribers left and right. And if you aren't subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about filmmaking and lighting. See you in the next one. Peace. That's it.